The Federal Security Service of the Russian Federation (FSB) detained a Central Asian man in Moscow after he confessed that he was on a mission to perform a terrorist operation in India. Recruited by the Islamic State Suicide Squad and trained in Turkey, he was on a mission to kill one of the representatives of the ruling circles of India. The FSB released a videotaped confession.
I'm Azimov Mashahont, born in 1992. In April 2022, I became a member of Islamic State and was being prepared in Turkey. I flew to Russia, from where I was to fly to India. In India, there was a meeting scheduled during which I was to receive everything to commit an attack. In India, they had to meet me and give me all the necessary things to commit a terrorist attack on the orders of the Islamic State for insulting the Prophet Muhammad.
Mashahot took an oath of allegiance to the Amir of the Islamic State. The Islamic State uses social media platforms to propagate its ideology and recruit potential terrorists. Islamists in Saudi Arabia, the UAE, and Turkey fund them. Pakistan provides training and candidates, and countries like China and Turkey provide diplomatic and moral cover. Islamists recently targeted Nupur Sharma for her comments about the Islamic Prophet. Analysts speculate Sharma was Massahont's likely target.
The Indian ambassador to Russia, Pavan Kapoor, said that the trade between India and Russia has grown in recent months in volume and scope. Kapoor outlined the opportunities and challenges in an interview with RT.
There is tremendous hope for increasing our trade and economic cooperation. We've seen just in the last few months a certain change in the direction of trade. We are certainly buying lots more oil from Russia, and fertilizers also. There is a greater demand from Russia for many more products, consumer goods, food processing items, auto parts, and traditional items like textiles, tea, and pharmaceuticals. I think all these areas, including many more, will also get a push, hopefully very soon in the future. Obviously, there is the new reality. There are many banks which are sanctioned, there are logistical issues, there are payment issues which have to be overcome. We have to find a way forward. And I think the two parties and businessmen on both sides are working together to see what is the best way to overcome these obstacles. But I'm sure they'll work together and find some way out.
Moscow and New Delhi are discussing mutual acceptance of Russia's Mir and India's Rupee payment cards. They are also trying to implement each other's interbank transfer services. India's Unified Payments Interface and Russia's SPFS.
Retired Australian entrepreneur Ian Gowrie-Smith has threatened to sell 21 coral atolls off the eastern coast of Australia, between Papua New Guinea and the Solomon Islands, to China. Gowrie-Smith had written an email to former Foreign Minister Penny Wong in June 2022 offering the island chain for 36 million Australian dollars at $25 million US. Located strategically near one of Australia's prominent shipping lanes and housing 3 massive data cables that carry the country's data along the ocean floor, the conflict islands are of significant strategic interest. When he did not get a response, the MIFT owner used the media to threaten that he would sell these islands to China. Frowning at these tactics, Prime Minister Anthony Albanese said his government would look at this transaction closely because of the threat through the media. The conflict islands are part of Papua New Guinea.
Switzerland is in a quandary about its plans to buy the F-35 fighter jets from the United States of America. The proposed $6.2 billion deal with Lockheed Martin will enable Bern to buy 36 aircraft. However, the Social Democratic Party, the Green Party, and an anti-military group say that the expensive jets are against the traditional defense-oriented constitution of the country. These groups got 100,000 people to sign a petition, forcing the government to seek a referendum. The Defense Department has argued that the process will take too long, causing the Americans' offer to expire and push Switzerland back in line. The country would then have to negotiate a new deal, making the aircraft more expensive and creating delays in defense preparedness. Ominously, they say that such delays will have quote-unquote grave consequences, and the country will miss the air defense upgrade deadline of 2030. Recently, a Russian Foreign Ministry spokesperson accused Switzerland of ceasing to be a neutral state as it joined the NATO sanction regime. Switzerland's desire to buy these stealth attack bombers would only strengthen that accusation. Many countries in NATO, including Germany, Finland, and Canada, are vying for these machines.
A study by researchers at Jodhpur's IIT and AIIMS, in collaboration with the Vellore Institute of Technology, found one of the significant factors behind high virulence and antibiotic resistance of certain bacteria. The research team, led by Dr. Shankar Manoharan, published their findings in the Microbiology Spectrum. The researchers say a dangerous bacteria, Klebsiella pneumoniae, a well-known cause of most hospital-acquired infections, develops a viscous protective covering around itself, and thus becomes resistant to antibiotics. This bacteria is the cause of hospital-acquired diseases such as pneumonia, bloodstream infections, and infections among ICU patients and newborns. It is one of the pathogens on the World Health Organization's priority list.
The Indian Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation reported that according to payroll data, formal job creation picked up sharply in the first quarter of the current fiscal year. New subscribers of the Employees Provident Fund organization grew by over 40% in the first quarter compared to last year, and over 30% in June. Employees rejoining the formal workforce grew by 51% in the first quarter compared to the previous year, and by over 48% in June. The Provident Fund facility is available only to companies with more than 20 workers whose minimum pay is 15,000 rupees a month. With the fear of COVID-19 receding, many states have relaxed lockdowns, so travel and tourism have picked up well. Led by a robust revival in consumption, recovery of the services sector, and a low base of last year, economists estimate a 12 to 15% growth of the Indian economy in the first quarter.
If you like this content, please press the like button and share it with your family and friends. Please consider subscribing to this channel. It is free. Press the bell icon to receive notifications about new content.